Maldives investment, long leases on real estate. Video by Mohammed Sani. Foreign parties can have a long lease on real estate, as provided in the relevant legal regime, subject to the constitutional restriction, that long leases, to foreign parties, can only be granted for a maximum term of 99 years. Granted that the investment in the property is approved by the Ministry of Economic Development, or in the case of tourism activities, the Ministry of Tourism. The terms of a long lease under the different legal regimes are as follows. 1. Land Act. The Land Act, Law No. 1/2002 governs land on populated islands. According to its provisions, for the purposes of effecting a long lease, land governed by the Act can be divided into two main classes. A. State-owned land, issued to government ministries, no restriction placed on the term of a long lease, by the Act, so foreign parties can have a long lease of a maximum term of 99 years. B. State-owned dwellings, issued to private parties, and privately owned land, the maximum term of a long lease is 50 years. Although there is no formal regime for registration of leasehold titles, the courts recognize a mortgage on land leased under this regime. 2. Uninhabited Islands Act. The Uninhabited Islands Act, Law No. 2098, governs the lease of uninhabited islands, designated for purposes other than tourism. The Act limits the maximum term of a lease to 21 years for investments under $10 million and grants the government the power to extend the term of a lease to a maximum of up to 50 years for investments in excess of the aforesaid amount. Leases are created under this regime by means of an agreement signed between the lessee and the Ministry of Fisheries and Agriculture, which is the regulator under the Act. The lease on property, created under this regime, can only be transferred by sale to another party, with the written consent of the Ministry of Fisheries and Agriculture. The Ministry will grant such consent only if the Ministry is satisfied with work done on the island, and upon payment of a processing fee, which amounts to 10% of annual lease rent. There are no other restrictions on creating a mortgage on the lease other than the aforesaid restrictions on sale in the event of default. Written consent of the Ministry is necessary to create a sublease as well. 3. Tourism Act. The Tourism Act, Law No. 2099, governs the lease of uninhabited islands, land designated for tourism purposes. An island designated for tourism purposes, with the right to develop and manage a resort thereon, can be leased out for a maximum term of 50 years. The lease term of an island, leased out for 50 years, can be extended by a maximum additional term of 49 years, if the following conditions are met. 1. Land rent, taxes, fees or penalties due to the government have been paid. 2. The resort is operational, and 3. An extension fee of $5 million per is paid up front. Although there is no restriction on creating mortgages on land leased out, the transfer of leasehold rights. Sublease of the entire property, or parts of it, under a strata-title regime, can be carried out with the written consent of the Ministry of Tourism, as per their regulations, and after payment of $5,000. For free consultation on how to invest in the Maldives, please contact 960-779-4366 Viber or WhatsApp. Skype Mohammed.Sanahu, your business expert in the Maldives.